that, we're on to the 9th day of Christmas. Today I'll be making 4 different sigils. One for Christians, one for Muslims, one for Buddhists, and a final one for myself based around my pagan goddess Persephone. If you'd like to know what on earth I'm talking about when I say Wicca, I'd suggest going back and checking out the 2nd day of Christmas where I discuss Wicca, paganism, and why it's nothing to be afraid of. But for now, let's start making positive, protective, and calming sigils. The most important tool for my form of sigil making is this. It's called the Pythagorean numerology chart. Since that's such a mouthful, here's how you fill it in. You write the numbers 1 to 9 in a line across a page or on a table in a Word document like I did, then put in the full alphabet top to bottom, left to right, like you would if you were reading. There should be a blank spot in the very last box, and under the number 6 should be the word fox if you filled it in correctly. Since we'll be getting rid of the vowels almost immediately, feel free to remove them now. The second tool is a circle drawn or put up on your computer with a good amount of space around it. This one was a bit small, but these aren't set in stone. They were just example sigils that I wanted to make so you could see that you don't have to follow a particular faith to make sigils and use them. Okay, the process. First and foremost, when you choose to create a sigil, you need an intent that is certain, short, and sweet. In the case of these 4 example phrases, they're all way too long. That's going to cancel out too many of the consonants and leave less for me to make a decent sigil. Let's start by shortening each one and adding in our certainty or surety, whichever word you think sounds better. Next, we need to get rid of all the vowels and consonants that repeat. This is the longest part of the entire process, but I'll speed things up so you aren't too bored of it. Now we need to underline our remaining letters and put their corresponding numbers together, like this. I also used the names Allah and Jehovah as I felt invoking the word God rather than using the names written in the Quran and the Bible would not have the same intent. I just didn't think it would have the same intent. When you're done, place the numbers in order that feels right to you. Usually I tap a pen for each number, like 5 taps per number 5, and then go around anti-clockwise. But instead I had to move my mouse like that. It's a bit weird. I also prefer to start from number 1, then move through to 9, but I did it in the order that they appear to avoid confusion. You can do this part however you like, but I tend to do it on a circle. My chosen god and goddess are all about birth and rebirth, so that's what makes sense to me. If you believe in a Holy Trinity, then use a triangle. This is about tailoring the process to your own needs and your own purposes. I'm just showing you the simplest method I know and that is going to work well. With all your numbers from your sequences in place, start making lines between the numbers in order, making some straight or curved. If you have a repeating sequence, like 363, make a little loop and spice things up. I didn't have any, but that was because of the oversimplified method I chose. Finally, add any little marks to your final sigil to give it a more personal feel. For a lot of these, I drew on what I knew of each religion and tried to model that into the final design. The 2 points on the Christian sigil, or more specifically the 2 dots, represent the human asking to have their anxieties removed, while the other is God himself granting that wish. The human is the bottom, while the other is meant to be God at the top. The Buddhist sigil has these extra circles to try and symbolize the balance a person wants in their life, like the sigils should help them to achieve. With all these sigils in your repertoire, and now in mine too, go and spread some joy by painting these on rocks, on cardboard, even writing them in the air before you go to sleep. Happy sigil making and Merry Christmas, everyone. Bye!